sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, it's Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Video debrief on why subs are killing the game, and here is the reason why. So before we begin, like, subscribe button below. Appreciate all the support of the channel. If you like what we're doing here, leave a comment below and help us share the word. But before I begin, disclaimer, this video is going to be more of a debrief to get better and to do something. I don't know if War Game's going to listen or not, or even the crowd, but this is really not really a positive, I would say, debrief, but more of the debrief on what is the issue, what's the problem, and what can we do to overcome this. And that's really just sharing the word and to get our message out, because I think this is ridiculous. So let's get to it. So the format we're going to do is I'm going to zoom in on the mini-map, and you're going to see in the next series of videos gameplays. And I've analyzed literally hundreds of gameplay video, and I'm just seeing a trend as to why the game is acting the way it is. And just look at the positioning right now. Look. So even if there's just one submarine in the game, the threat that there's a submarine somewhere causes players to be very cautious or act very weird. Like, we already lost a destroyer to submarine. Boom, you can see right there. Now all I can do is really back up. You see where I'm at. All I can do is back up. Look at where my team's going. They're running away. A GK battleship that's supposed to brawl and take damage is backing up. I have a Stalingrad running to the back of the map. That's why you can't see it anymore. Two of my battleships are finally pushing after literally the submarine was the one that was holding Alpha Cap. And look, Bravo is being overwhelmed, and everybody else is clumped up together. And I've noticed this is becoming more and more of the trend, where a lot of the players are even team. Now, this is on both sides of the argument, okay? You got the red enemy team that's also clumping up and doing God knows what. And then we have our team that's literally non-existent and just running in the back, playing what kind of game, I don't know. Now, look at this one. This is a very quick map. I was just in a battleship, and look at where the majority of the team is. They're in the northwest, running to the back, hiding behind islands. Like a Stalingrad ran into an island. I have a Hanover hiding, getting to a potential spot. I'm backing up because I have nowhere else to go. I'm being overwhelmed by 7 people. And of course, look, this is where how it ended. Look where my team is at. The team, look, you have a Sejong stuck on the middle of the map right there. Salem just hiding behind a rock against 7 guys, and I don't know where the rest of my team is. Gearing is running away, not doing destroyer things. The submarine, obviously, is the only one doing the work at the Alpha, because why? You can do that. The submarine literally outspots everybody, and that is how that potential engagement lasted right there. And just keep looking at it. I mean, look, we have the submarine and Zorky, the only people in front, and nobody is past the equator, the middle line. If you drew a line between E and F line, everybody is behind. Stalingrad's behind an island. Yamato's facing to the back. Other Yamatos, they're facing the other direction. I mean, take a look at this for a second. Just analyze the video. It speaks for itself. I mean, where's the team? And then, of course, the carry doesn't help out at all. It's spotting where everybody's at. So I don't blame people. There is really nowhere else to run. You're just hiding in the back and not really supporting anybody. Okay, let's take another look at this classic kind of setup. Okay, so look just watch my team. Now, again, this is on both sides of the argument, okay? I'm not saying the enemy team is also doing any better. I mean, this just the fact that there's a threat of a submarine on our side. Look where nobody's pushing on our side, and they're terrified. My team with the submarine obviously is pushing everybody, and it's making the enemy team terrified. They're not even going to push up. We have 2 submarines at Alpha Cap. They have probably 1 or 2, and we have no idea where the other one is. So potentially there's a threat there that we don't know. Look, I have nothing at Delta. Nobody is helping me at Delta. So guess what? Me and the Yamato and a carrier are just running in the back, just doing our own thing. And there's nothing where for me to go because I'm getting torped. I'm getting submarine hunted, everything. And look where the enemy team is at right here. Take a look at where the enemy team's doing. They're all clumped up, and you've probably noticed in a lot of these blowout games, you're seeing the majority of your team just clumping up, all hidden together. And and I don't blame them. Look, you have 2 submarines literally in the front, just harassing them, causing them to just focus on a submarine gameplay, rather anti-submarine gameplay, while they're focusing on anti-ship gameplay. And where's the rest of the game? You might as well not even have cap points. What's the point? Because all we're going to do is run in the back. This is pretty much just standard deathmatch, at this point. And I'll take a snapshot of it and pause. Okay, let's look. Look at where the enemy team is. The enemy team is literally clumped up together. So if you're on the red team right now, you're like, this sucks. Where the hell is my team? Why do I even play this? And the submarines, they're just harassing everybody, and they're just capping. Even submarines capping. I mean, I thought that was the destroyer's role, right? No, it's a submarine now. Submarine outspots, outdetects, does everything. So what you have here is a problem. You have literally Wargaming introducing a class that's supposed to do its job, which is anti-ship in a World of Warship game. You might as well call this World of Anti-Ships, because this is all about submarines, capping, spotting, killing, everything, while everybody else just is target practice. You're just literally a target for a submarine to hunt down, while everybody else that is not being hunted down can just kind of sit in the back, lollygag around, enjoy, whatever. I mean, where's the fun, engaging part of this game now? If you want to just basically have an anti-ship game, make this called Silent Hunter or become a submarine gameplay now. I mean, what is the point of this anymore, you know? So here's another gameplay. Take a look at this. Again, carrier, obviously, and only one submarine. It doesn't matter if there's only 1 or 2 or 3 submarines. The fact that there is a submarine out there scares the living bejesus out of people, to the point where, look where my team's going. Okay, and forget about the red team. Look at where the green team is all clumped up together in the north there. This is what gameplay has come to, because the threat, just the threat of an enemy submarine there, that you don't want to just lose your ship or run away or have to deal with submarines, is causing people to just make really odd decisions to stay together. It's just a natural occurrence of how human nature works. We're all just pushing together, staying together, just clumped up. And look at this. People going backwards, you know, hiding way in the back, going to there. I mean, just ridiculous of where people are going. And then look, Alpha team is completely dead. I mean, they're all clumped up right there. I don't blame them. That's how the red team's supposed to do. They're all clumped up and staying together, and we're all clumped up over here. And this is the nature of gameplay. It's just becoming so weird and just stale. It's just not very fun and engaging. Look, then carrier is going to obviously single me out. I mean, I can't pretend to go sneak around or flank or do anything, because I'll be spotted no matter what. Anti-ship warfare, right? Like, literally, let's find a way to find the fastest way to kill big ships and not make it fun anymore. And look, you really had the submarine just throwing, the submarine and the carrier. I mean, I'm not saying this is not a carrier video, but this is more about the submarine aspect of just what the game is causing. The kind of the style of nature of game. Look at the Thunder. The Thunder is way over there. I have no idea, and that's just how games are being. Here's another one. Again, this is watch the enemy team. This is more about the enemy team now. It's not just our team. It's the enemy team. Both sides of the argument are, look how they're clumped up. Because why? We have a submarine at Alpha threatening the game, and there's really, it's just the presence of it is just death-defying. It's just destroying any kind of push or any kind of wanting to engage or any kind of play style or anything. And look at Charlie Cap. We're just going to hang out in the back and wait. Alpha Cap, and then look at the enemy team. The enemy red team has nowhere to go. You got the Schlieflin, you got the brawling ship. You have a Devastation in the back, backing up behind islands, hiding for cover. Montana can't do crap. He was in the middle. He's being forced to cap Bravo because he has nothing else to do. He can't do anything. He's being hunted by a sub. The rest of the enemy team is obviously, the red team is pushing in the back. There's nothing they can do. They're just going to clump up together, run away. That's the nature. Oh, Montana goes down. We saw that. That's what submarine gameplay is. Look, and now it's just a blowout. It literally, look where the enemy team's at. They're not going to try to engage. They're not going to try to be participating in any kind of capping. That's not part of the game anymore. Capping is kind of an afterthought. It's just, can I survive and run away and do the best I can, and the nature of gameplay. So, as you can see, very, very disheartening about where this game. So again, guys, I'm not trying to be intended to be super negative or trying to be that. This is a debrief, and it's just called constructive criticism, right? You're trying to identify flaws and things to do to get better, right? And as like a game designer, I would look at this, and this is actually, in my personal opinion, if I was a game designer, I'd say this is killing gameplay. I mean, this would be like if you were playing Call of Duty or something, and you introduce some kind of gimmick that allows you to be a helicopter the whole time and just shoot anti-troops. And then if you play a fighter jet game, all you did was create some kind of anti-aircraft weapon that just shoots down all the planes, and now you can't play the game. I mean, what was the point? The point of the game is entertainment, okay? It's supposed to be fun and engaging. But if you're going to introduce gimmicks or things into the game that literally are designed to be an advancement in technology that literally destroys the other team's ability to counterplay or do anything. Now you're just playing a simulation of actual warfare and not being fair at all. Because in warfare, you're not supposed to have an equal playing field. I mean, I've always heard a general always say, if you're trying to fight on fair ground, your tactics suck. You're trying to basically introduce technology or tactics that allow you to have the one-side advantage on the games that you are one-sided. You do not want to get touched or licked or hit or anything. You want to basically eliminate the enemy team right off the bat. You do not want to have a fair engagement. But look at this. The way games are designed now, has been literally one-sided in favor of a particular gimmick or advancement in technology that does not allow the other opposing player. I mean, you really are just as a player as a target practice or a dummy, a crash dummy. I mean, you are literally, that's what you're doing, and you're paying money for it, because I know some people pay premium time. Some people buy premium ships. I'm one of them. Some people buy these research bureau points or things or doubloons or whatever that is made that pay to play, right? But when you're paying to play into a gimmicked or rigged one-sided event, it almost seems like you're getting gypped or getting scammed. And I'm starting to feel that there is a lot of gripe out there. Especially I'm seeing a lot of video guys like Sea Lord, Mountain Bat, and Flambass, and all the whatnot. They enjoy playing the game. Their job in business is strictly around this game, and it's disheartening to see that they're creating a game that they put a lot of these players, YouTubers, are putting a lot of time and effort into playing the game, streaming, whatnot, making a living off of this. But then the wargaming is actually kind of cutting their legs underneath of them by introducing gimmicks and things that do not make sense to provide a fun, engaging, and actually, I would say, counter playable game that allows people to actually. And I'm sorry to say, it's supposed to be somewhat of a fair thing, because if you are a game, it's supposed to be fair, okay? And this is not real warfare where you're actually deciding on lines on a map. No, this is literally a game like Monopoly. When you play a game like Monopoly or you play a game like Tic-Tac-Toe, there are rules stated in the game that allow each individual to have a fair playing match. Just like in sports, each side gets a fair advantage for competitive gameplay. Much like in baseball, football, basketball, there are rules. There are things that are allowed to be there to keep the game engaging and actually be fair. Just like, for example, if you're playing, I just take the top of my mind, football. If one team had some kind of a gimmick that allowed them to kick the football farther, or allowed them to throw it farther, or gave them like a 10-second head start, then that game is totally just not unfair for the other team, and not why you're watching. You're just kind of watching a ballet. You're just watching some kind of play roll out, and that's another topic about rigged sports out there. But you are rigging the game in that regard. But no, they actually introduce things like referees, rules. There are lines drawn in the sand that allow each individual team to have a fair match and fight, so that you can actually see what actual competitive gameplay looks like. But what we're seeing here in World of Warships is literally a whole new disastrous thing that I think they're introducing that really just does not add for a positive gameplay effect or effectiveness or fun and fulfilling or whatever that may be to continue the genre, that I feel that it may actually destroy the game entirely, completely, and they're heading that way. And I don't know why anyone is not seeing that, or they're not understanding or wanting to play the game in a fair fight or fair match to show that, hey, you can still make money off of fair gameplay, rather than introducing gimmicks and advantages and actual technological advances that just do not reward a player for actually trying their best, doing their hardest, putting out their actually hard-earned money to actually make the game. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know this sounds like a ranting video, but it's actually a debrief that allows people to make judgment, make better decisions, actually write up and complain to have better quality of life, kind of like HR or whatever, but actually to improve the nature of this game if we want this game to continue, and as a community want to build and make it better. So again, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Appreciate all the support. And as always, this is designed to be some kind of constructive so that we can get to a better place. All right, hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you guys say hi out there. And as always, you guys have a safe one and stay safe. Cheers.